Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with a flawless foundation routine for acne or acne scarring or textured skin, just skin problems in general. I've been having a I don't know how to call it, a relapse, yeah, of acne. So yeah, as you guys can see, things are pretty thick. But you know what guys, this time around my acne is not bothering me. I have let it go. I feel like I spent too much time when I had acne and too many months stressing about my acne, feeling bad about it, that this time when it came, I've made my peace with it. As in, what if God is using my acne to work in someone else's life? Who am I to be here getting stressed and worried, right? So it's there, we welcome it, we learn how to cover it up, we move on. I'm continuing with my skincare routine as usual, my acne.org. I'm drinking water, I'm minding my business and praying, and I hope my skin will clear up in due time. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first step, as with any typical foundation routine, is a base. Now most of the time when you have acne, you have oily skin, so I suggest going for something mattifying. Yeah, don't go for hydrating, illuminating, don't go for those will mess you up. So go for something smoothing. You know this word, smoothing, especially if you have texture. Mattifying, go for such. I actually have one here, but it's a sample, and when it gets finished, I don't know what I'm gonna do because it's quite good. It's called it's by Tarte. It's called Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer, and it's quite good. So I'm gonna apply this all over the face. So the thing is, when you have acne, when you have pimples, when you have texture, the unfortunate truth is that you can't hide that. There's no foundation in this world that's gonna hide a pimple because it's a bump. So the fact that it's a bump means no matter what you put on it, it will still be bumpy. But putting on foundation can still help you look nice and feel nice. So because I know there are many people who will give you advice of, oh, you have acne so don't wear makeup, or I actually once got this comment: if you spent as much time and effort and money into skincare as you do on makeup, then you wouldn't have acne. So you will get comments like this. But sometimes a girl just wants to look good, feel good. Sometimes you have a function, or sometimes you're just going to work and you're tired of your acne and you want to cover it up. And why not? Why not? Okay, so now the next step is concealer. This one will really help you conceal, especially acne scarring, the dark spots. As you guys can see, I have some dark spots in this area. Orange corrector does a great job at covering up dark spots. But if you don't have an orange corrector, then you could go just for your regular concealer. That should work too. So I'm just gonna put this in the areas where I feel like I want some correcting. So just anywhere where I have hyperpigmentation, dark spots, go light on the concealer, because it's, first of all, especially if you're using the orange one, it can seep through your foundation if you use too much and make you look orange. So just use a bit. Okay, as you guys can see, that's actually cancelled out any of the dark spots I had. So orange corrector, I highly recommend. If you have acne scarring, get yourself some orange corrector. To avoid your orange corrector seeping through your foundation and just making you look like an Oompa Loompa, go in with some powder. Also, when you have acne or acne prone skin, you also tend to be someone who has oily skin. So the powder before foundation hack really helps to, you know, control your oils throughout the day so that you don't get overly oily. one. And then two, this hack goes a really long way in helping your foundation be flawless, like flawless. So I'm just gonna put that all over the face, but especially on the places where I put the orange corrector to kind of mute it. Now, let me also mention, even if I'm pretty sure you're aware, but when you have acne especially, it's quite important that the brushes you're using are clean. They have to be really clean because your skin is quite sensitive as it is. So just keep washing your brushes, constantly wash your brushes. Don't go for a week using the same brushes. I know it's a cross we have to carry, but it helps. It definitely helps. So that's already looking quite flawless, and we've not even gone in with our foundation. So foundation, you want coverage. Forget the light coverage foundation, forget the medium coverage but buildable foundations. Just go for straight up full coverage because you want to cover the acne scars. Just go for full coverage. Okay, so I'm gonna be using MAC foundation, but because it's a bit too light for me, I'm gonna mix it in with a little bit of this one by Suzie Beauty, which is a little bit dark for me. Also, again, if you have acne, then you most likely have oily skin, so go for mattifying foundations. Stay away from any foundations that are glowy, or you know, those ones will just make you very oily throughout the day. Okay, I know it's looking a bit light, but it'll come together. I know that when you have acne, you can feel like piling on the foundation quite a lot, but don't, because as it is, you have acne, you have texture, and I know you want to cover it up, but it can be really uncomfortable when you put too much foundation. So what you'd rather do is build up, so lighter layers, but then now you keep building up until you get the kind of coverage that you want. In fact, the layer I've done right now is quite heavy. I would go in a bit like just a mixing foundation, so, and I'm just measuring with my eyes, so I put too much. But go in light layers, blend one layer, add another layer, until a few layers later you feel like you've gotten the coverage you want. That way your foundation won't feel heavy, it won't be cakey. Yeah, so even if my acne right now is not as bad as it used to be, I used to use this foundation routine when my acne was quite bad, so it works for whatever degree of acne you have. We're looking really good so far. I hope we're together. We're gonna go in with concealer now. So again, go for full coverage because there's some concealers that are not as full coverage as others. Not all concealers are made equal. Like this one for Maybelline Fit Me gives you like medium coverage, but Elegal gives you really good coverage, and also this one for House of Tara, which gives you more or less the same coverage as Elegal Pro Concealer. So we're gonna conceal under the eyes and the forehead, basically. Let me just point this out though, when you use something light on your pimples, you draw more attention to them. So try not to go too light with your concealer, because that'll draw more attention to your pimples, to your acne. So try to go maybe one shade lighter instead of 3 shades. My foundation looks like it's not matching. Guys, I promise it's the camera, and I know I say this all the time, but it's the camera and the lights. It's mostly because my lights are shining on my face, so that casts a shadow on my neck, and then I end up looking mismatched. So now we are setting that concealer so that it doesn't move and it just stays put. Now from here we set. We've already done the heavy lifting. At this point your face is already gonna be looking flawless. So just set everything with your powder. Again, some powders are more full coverage than others, so always go for something that gives you coverage. This one, Maybelline Fit Me, gives you some really good coverage, and I know also the one for Pauline Cosmetics gives you really good coverage. Those are the kind of powders that you can even wear alone. There's some that are usually a bit too sheer, so try and go for something that's gonna even add more coverage. Okay, so that's more or less it. The rest of the things are just add-ons, which I'm gonna quickly do off camera, which is just bronzing or powder contour, blush, and highlight. So let me do those off camera real quick and then come back. I know my skin is looking quite glowy. I used Glow Getter from my eyeshadow palette. It really does the most. So, so as you guys can see, I still have texture. I still have acne. As in, the foundation routine is not just gonna magically make your acne disappear. But it is going to make you look flawless, and it's gonna make you feel good. Like, even if you're not wearing makeup all the time, when you do decide to, don't be discouraged that just because you have acne you can't look good in makeup and feel good. It's definitely a little bit more difficult because you're working with texture and pimples, but you can get a really good outcome. Now just imagine this look with some eyeshadow and a popping lipstick. As in, then you look good, you feel good. And then of course, at the end of the day, don't forget to take off your makeup, especially if you have acne. This is even more crucial. But I'm guessing you do have your skincare routine in place, so at the end of the day, just make sure to remove your makeup and do your skincare routine, whatever that may be. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed and learned a thing or two. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video and leave me a comment down below sharing your personal acne flawless acne foundation routine. Bye guys.